Yellow leather.
Cow now, brown cow.
Wasn't one from High School Musical? Ma. All right. Any day now. Instagram. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Ghoul Friend Hour. I'm your host, your ghost host, Morgan Fezza.
And I'm your co-host who forgot what kind of toast. I think I need to start getting better.
You need a new intro. You need a new intro. We need to get you something more stable.
Do you smell toast?
Oh, gosh.
Toast that smells toast. I like that one. All right. So I'm your co-host that likes to smell toast.
Yes. And today we have with us the cast of My Haunted Manor. Thank you so much for coming back, guys. We kicked off the grand opening with you guys, and now we're going to kind of close things out with, upcoming season finale.
Yeah, it's like a bookend. We love it.
Yes.
And we are.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of, before we get into everything, we are going to show just some fun footage from just the beginning of the season. So I kind of want to kick it over and watch that really quick as like a little recap. So hold on one second. Okay, maybe not. Actually, we're going to switch things up because I don't know where it went. So let's get into I'm going to figure that out. So we're going to get into, let's just start from the beginning. Let's talk about some of our favorite moments from the very first episode. Did you guys think that this would become what it is today when you guys were starting this?
I did. I mean, I knew this was going to be a hit. I just felt it, and I just had the right people around me with Jeff and Trey and all the people behind the scenes that you the unsung heroes that work behind this show. With the boys from the UK, Danny, Brett, and Harry, it's a no-brainer to know that this is going to be something big, and I just didn't know how big, and it's really showing here in the last month or two with all of the different directions the show is just signed on to. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Some of them we can't really talk about just yet. There's a few we can, but. I'll let the boys talk more about what they thought.
I mean, it's been awesome. I mean, we had so much faith in this. We loved it from the get-go, from watching the hotel and how this format is, the concept of it. So passionate about it. We love it so much. But I would say just how fast it's kind of progressed since December, first time filming there. It's just blows my mind. It's hard to wrap my head around it. It's like a dream.
I love that. I think it's funny because when we first talked to you guys for the grand opening, I really, really loved the concept. Like, I loved the fact that you were leaving the investigations and the evidence up to the people visiting, because I think so often, I mean, we love watching ghost shows. We love watching people lead the investigations. But when you see somebody that resembles yourself and there's that inclusivity and you're like, hey, I see myself in that person, I could do this, I could get out there, you guys are honestly what kicked off, and Taylor, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are what basically kind of catapulted us into investigating. I never really thought investigation and being an investigator was possible until we were invited to come to the manor, and we did our first episode.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're totally fine.
He's a mess. He's all over the place.
It's just one of those days.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think that's testament to the just the people that come there, and I think it's important to learn from everybody. There's the tools are evolving so quick. I don't think it's a shame to close yourself off and say, this is how it's done, this is how I'm going to do it. I think you just got to keep learning and having these people come in and learn from them and see how they investigate, see their different styles. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
What's this? What's up?
What's this, man?
Hey, Holmes.
Brett and Chelsea on
saying
there.
hey to Chelsea. We saw your comment, and Brett Jones. He
That
said,
jam.
having spoke to these handsome men way too much today, I clearly couldn't get enough of their faces.
Thanks, Brett.
Love you.
I literally just got off the phone with them right before this.
Yeah, same.
And there's
Oh.
Rowdy with the hay hoss.
Hey, Hollis.
Yeah, it's this mess.
Oh man, we are getting
Right
so
there.
many great peeps in the comment section. Hey everybody.
Hey guys, thanks for having.
Hello. And thanks to everybody
yeah.
who came out to the Warren's Paracon.
Warren's was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Thanks for Warren's for having us. Great event. You know, I can't say enough great things about it. You know, a lot of networking going on after you guys were there. It was just amazing, good time, and I tell you, I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
was
saw
a lot of fun.
the Annabelle doll in person. That was weird. That whole tent with all the Warrens, you know, all those items just felt so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Extremely heavy in there. It was insane.
Yeah, we were talking about that when we were in the tent, especially over like by the displays to the very back side of it. It just had a weird vibe.
Mm-hmm. There was like a pressure.
It's so funny you said that.
Yeah.
Because what did I say to you guys? I think it was you guys, right? I was telling you when me and Matt were walking past the back of the tent, I was like, ooh, I was like, why did my stomach just drop? Like, I just felt like,
Yeah, you did.
and I said, oh, I was like, I bet you, I said, the minute we turn this corner, I said, I bet you she's on the other side of that. And as soon as we got in the tent, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
The exact spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty neat to see the artifacts. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's
you-
definitely some creepy things.
Yeah, definitely. There's some creepy stuff in there, and stuff that you've seen on shows a million times. It's pretty cool to see it in person.
Yeah.
And we have our own little display going up.
Now I was going to segue into that. Very good.
Yeah.
That's a nice transition, Jeff.
Our own Annabelle.
Good. Good. Yeah,
You know, it's been a year, and you know, we kind of got a good baseline of what to expect at the manor. And now we want to, see what happens if we introduce, a haunted object. And Daryl's got a good one that he picked up in California. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I was out in Jackson, California, doing a Paracon about 2-3 weeks ago now, and there's a lady there who, and I'll plug her later. I can't remember the exact name of the company, who goes around to estate sales, and people contact her to get haunted dolls out of their houses or whatever. And she had, maybe 10 there. And that was the one I said, I walked up to her table, and this is before it even started. The day before, she was setting up, and I was like, what one of these you recommend? She's like, for what? And I was like, and I was telling her, and she's like, oh. And she took me right to this one. Is the one I was actually looking at too. They were all creepy, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't have it on me right now. It's in my car because I'm not allowed to have it in the house. My wife's not allowed in the house. But she found out it was in my office, right behind me here. It's like, no, it goes in the car, it goes to the manor. But I forgot to take it out of the car when we were up there last week. But hey, Megan. Yeah, it's the name of it is Baby Anne Boleyn. It's a doll that with the fiction, the character Anne Boleyn, you're from over in England, and it's very creepy. It does have a crazy vibe about it. I'm not gonna lie, and I can't wait to introduce it into the manor and see what it kicks up. It'll be on display there. It'll be a centerpiece in one of the rooms, and it'll be its own attraction.
Oh my gosh, that's
is
so
separated.
exciting.
That is.
Its head, is decapitated.
Yeah. Well, that's
love
what
that.
the whole Anne Boleyn thing is decapitated. It's this baby doll, which, I mean, the backstory on it was the lady who owned it. It was her prized possession. When she died, she slept with that doll for her entire life almost since she was a child. And when she died in her 80s, that was left to the estate, and it was, people didn't like it. They were, the activity around it was weird. So this lady rescued it and brought it to her, and I ended up purchasing it off of her when I was in California.
Well, at least like I mean, people may not like the energy, but at least it sounds like it belonged to a nice lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing would suck more than getting a doll that like the backstory was a lot darker than that.
Well, I don't
why-
know all the backstory yet, so it's something I want to research into. But from what I was told, it's yeah, that was the story so far, and so hopefully I can find out more about it, delving into it. We just haven't had a chance yet, and we'll probably be introducing that here real soon to the manor as a object for people to come see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll it's going to be a cool experiment, bringing that in there. The hotel, did a similar thing with the gray style roommate, brought that doll in there. So it'll be cool seeing when we bring that in, how that affects the manor and the activity in there.
Yeah, it's more of an experiment than anything.
Yeah.
I would
We
like
don't-
to set up like our own roommate, where you're isolated, and we can kind of get a camera in there. And I'm thinking it's in the panic room. What do you guys think? Like we close, you close the door behind yourself, and you sit and.
Yeah, I think either the panic room or the room at the top of the third floor to the right.
Oh yeah, right.
Either one of them. Yeah.
Mm.
Good point, Chelsea.
And
Isn't
be
that
up there
funny?
visiting Chelsea soon in November.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be out
Statler.
in Buffalo. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Out to the Statler. I've always wanted to go there, and so it's going to be interesting to see what how that goes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We got a new.
Which,
poster.
speaking of which, we have a pretty cool poster. Check
Yeah.
it out, guys. Check it out.
I was
I
just
can't. I was going to
no,
point to it, but you
this
can't
way.
see me.
This way.
But yeah, so check it out.
That's a great flyer there.
Thanks, man.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
So we hope you
Yeah.
guys. There's, I think there's only a few tickets left. So, check out our socials, and you'll see some links to that.
Yeah. And if you guys like, I know there's probably a lot of tri-state people on this. Hey Bob. Hey Bob. Oh, tri-state.
I'm from the UK.
John,
Tomorrow night, Thursday night, I will be at the Elkton, Maryland Library doing a book signing. So from 6:30 to 7:30, I'll have my books with me as well, The Horrors of the House of Will. So come check it out.
love it.
Awesome. So I want to like get into
Brian. There.
really kind of like talking about some of our favorite moments, because I think it's so important to go back through this year recap. And I know that there's probably so much that you guys, with 24/7 cameras on the manor, there's probably so much that you guys have picked up that unfortunately not everything makes the cut. So I want to know, what were some moments that either you have had that maybe weren't caught on camera, or moments that were caught on camera that didn't make the cut, but you guys were like, it was just super awesome to experience if you were there, and if you weren't, just to kind of, maybe see it on camera.
I mean, there's been so many times that we hear something, or we go start chasing it, and we're building a segment, and we're spending an hour chasing this thing and trying to figure out, debunk it, and then usually sometimes we debunk it, and it's like, well, we have all that, but some of that will go into the show. I think it's important to show that sometimes it's just a balloon popping, or something that is makes it's one of those things that I think helps the legitimacy of what we're doing, and
Right.
it's not always paranormal.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
would
that.
say, Jeff and I were sitting in the control room one day. Remember this, Jeff?
Mm.
And we heard it sounded like an old timey phone ringing,
Oh yeah.
and it
That
was
was
only
weird.
Ooh.
it was only once, and there was nothing. We couldn't figure out what it was. We checked back the cameras, for the parlor to see if it was the print shop phone. Wasn't that?
Mm.
Tried everything. We couldn't figure out what the hell that was, but it was.
It almost sounded like it could have been like a servant's bell or something like that, like with like the two bells ringing. It's pretty weird.
But, we didn't pick it up. The closest camera is that hallway camera outside of the control room. We didn't pick it up on that. But it was really weird. And then the other thing is, like, people see shadow figures all the time throughout, the manor. But one theory, we have here at the project is that these IR cameras aren't picking up shadow figures all the time or shadow anomalies.
Mhm.
So sometimes something that we're seeing isn't being caught
Yeah.
with these static games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we've
like
caught
an
on full
oh,
spectrum.
go ahead.
On full spectrum, we've caught some pretty wild shadow figures and shadow anomalies.
Yeah, light anomalies. A lot of light anomalies in the basement. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because I just had a bunch of electric work done in my house like a week ago, and the guy Jim, who he does the electric work at the manor, and he's there by himself a lot. And he brought up the subject. He was looking on the camera on our. He was in our area, in our office area there, and he was working on the electric there, and our cameras were on, and he happened to see the basement, and he saw this triangle light anomaly in the basement. And the crazy thing is, that's one of the reports in that basement, these light anomalies, and we've seen them. Our guests have seen them, and we've had guests say they see either a triangle or a rectangle light anomaly in that basement that moves. He saw it on camera just because he was up in there working as an electrician. It's pretty wild.
Bob Peters, who just commented on this like 5 minutes ago, he saw it while we were down there. Remember that day?
Yeah, I remember we gave him the tour.
Yep.
Yeah. Bob Peters saw it. Yeah,
Mhm.
and we've seen it filming just out of nowhere. We were like,
Yeah.
what was
A
that?
lot of doors slamming and doors opening and closing, and
Emma, hi.
a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of that. A lot of doors, but I think it's getting more active. It's crazy, or we're just capturing it more. I don't know. Activity is spiking like crazy in that building, especially the last month or two. And not that it wasn't before. It's just we're getting things that we haven't gotten before, or maybe we just weren't in the right spot because, like, some of the door stuff. There's been times I question the doors. Like I'll walk in a room and the door will be open. It's never open, or it's closed and it's never closed. And I'm like, maybe someone just shut it. But now we're capturing stuff, and I know we have some clips of some of these things. It's pretty wild to see that we're actually seeing it now in real time.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of brings me to a point that I've been kind of dying to ask you guys on a theory. So, I mean, we always talk about it, and I know we have your tangible evidence, then we have theories, right? So I always have this theory of like, if you bring more energy to a supposedly haunted spot, I really feel like that it almost like feeds it. So like, I kind of was wondering, like, if you think people investigating and people bringing their own special gifts, whether they're psychic, medium, maybe they practice a different religion, or I just think all these different things cumulatively, when you come into a spot like that, depending on people's energies, like I wonder if it's kind of like feeding it and it's kind of growing it. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, in my book, I mean, that's what really happened to House of Wills. The House of Wills was haunted, definitely haunted. But when Eric Freeman came into the House of Wills with his belief system of Satanism, it changed. So that's a prime example right there. Whatever you're bringing, the energy you bring into these locations can change it dramatically.
I think like the environment can play a big effect as well. We're noticing when it's a lot of precipitation or humidity, it seems like it's more active at the manor.
Good one, Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think the environment can play a big part in it as well as like our own energy.
Yeah. Whatever you're bringing into it, it's not just haunted locations, but in life in general. Whatever the energy you're putting out is the energy you get back.
The manor, the railroad as well.
Yeah.
Trains going by.
Railroad, the river, all those. We have the perfect storm for paranormal activity there. It's just perfect, to be honest with you, because you got the railroad, you've got the river, you've got all the history compiled in that location in the town, and the people who've passed in the building. It's crazy. Hey, Ron, what's up, bud?
What's up, Ron?
Yeah, Ron Iacovetti was at the manor for Staticom.
Yeah,
that was a super cool night.
That was a blast. I love that.
Cool.
Ron will be at the Ron and Lourdes will be at the Halloween event, and I'll be with Ron like 2 weeks at Boobies. Yeah,
I definitely want to check out that place with the catacombs. What town is that in? It's right by Columbia.
God, off the top of my head, Spring something. I can't remember the name of the town.
It's really close.
It's literally 10
far
minutes
above these old cave system that you can investigate.
Boobies Brewery, is that what it is?
Yeah,
BUBES.
Yeah, boobies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
That's
calls it something different.
We got to get to the hotel, Brett.
Yeah. Got to
Oh
make
my
that.
goodness.
Yeah. The
But yeah,
hotel.
going back talking about those door closing. Do you want to show? Because Rowdy said that the parlor door was open.
Yeah, let's
That
show them
parlor
that
door,
clip because
yeah,
that's
a
something
new
else. So
one. Yeah,
go ahead, Jeff. You tell them a little bit about it before
yeah, that's a new
we
one
roll
that
it.
Amy, the owner Amy, she has access to the camera system, and she's really great about going back and looking at clips, and she's sending me highlights and things. So this is something she caught. Chris and Sarah were there. Rowdy and Sarah were there, but they were in a different part of the manor. So check this out. This is the parlor door. I've never seen it do this, and it's pretty weird.
And listen to the sound because I think that plays a big part in it because it's the tenacity of which this door, the momentum that it has, I guess is what I should say. So yeah.
Good catch.
So it was open today, Rowdy. Did anybody anyone else go up there? So and then we'll go back and look at the cameras and see, door to the upstairs is open.
It's crazy.
Spooky.
It's crazy
so
too.
Spooky gets up there and makes a mess and gets all into the, into the walls and stuff. So we try and keep that door closed.
It's crazy too because when you watch that video back, you see how slow it goes, and then right towards the end, it's almost like I can understand it going slow the whole time because it's the wind, but when it slams at the end, that's hard to kind of explain with, when it does it so last minute.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing to keep in mind too is older houses, those doors they're not like today's doors. They're really easy to kind of fling around. They're heavy. And so to really shut it like that, especially if they stick or they jam, that's what got me when I watched the video. Because I mean, you hear it kind of start to creak. And if it was going to creak close like that, it's probably maybe going to bounce off the little bobber that's in there. But this was slammed. Right. So that was crazy.
This is coming from you and I, Morgan, who have been there before, and we're outside guests who have only been there 2 times. And that door, when you open it, it's not easy to just slam shut whenever.
And Jeff and I looked at the footage, and you see Chris and Sarah going up and down the steps, doors open the whole time for a long time, So it wasn't like they just opened it and then it slammed shut from the fan or something. That door had been open that whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even Rowdy says door is very heavy.
He would know best.
Look at him holding that big heavy for him.
For you guys don't know, Rowdy is one of the owners of the Samuel Miller, My Haunted Manor USA. He's there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other doors that we had open on its own was the door to the secret attic that's through the servants' quarters. And you guys want to tell?
Yeah.
We actually captured that in the moment. Trey and I were there, about 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. We were sitting in the control room. We had a group of people there. It was an event. And they were investigating, and we just happened to be sitting there watching the camera in the servants' quarters, and we heard them kind of talking. The people were investigating, and there's you hear them say the door's opening. So we look, and the attic door opens. So Trey and I decided, well, we're going to go in there and try to debunk this. We shut it. We wait 10, 15 minutes to try to do all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it opens again right in front of us. And then we called it a third time later in the night again. So
the most interesting part of that night, that piece of evidence was that our theory this whole time was, with it being the Underground Railroad in the basement was, former slaves, going up through the basement steps, right where the steps are to go to the servants' quarters, right by that door. And they heard footsteps coming up those steps right before the door opened. We didn't catch it on the camera, but them having that personal experience and then backing it up with the door opening and then catching it again.
Mm-hmm.
And we were hearing movement above us as well, Daryl.
Yeah, when we were in there, we were hearing movement in the attic area, which is right above that room, the servants' quarters. Then not long after that's when the door reopened again. What they heard was the back staircase, which is the door is blocked off. You can't come up or down it. They heard somebody come up the stairs. They thought it was one of us.
Right.
Like, right now, you can't come up the stairs. It's blocked off. When they saw no one come around the corner, and all of a sudden the door opens, and that's when they kind of like, whoa, what the hell is that? So,
and it makes sense them kind of like sneaking up. You know, I think that panic room that's in the secret attic is where they would be going up from the tunnels to go hide until it was time to, you know, escape to the next place. And the train, you know, my theory is, you know, the train was probably part of their escape. So every time we hear the train, I think whoever was in the house may have had to move fast.
Yeah.
So it could be something, you know, it could all be tied back to the Underground Railroad.
makes sense.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And Jeff, you sent a clip, right, of the door in that area. Did you want to roll that?
Sure. We can
All right,
take a look at that.
So check this out, guys.
That door's moving. That door is opening. Which one? That door right there just opened.
The servant door. Is somebody in there?
Do you have a screwdriver?
No.
Shane, do you have a screwdriver?
Whoa.
It's opening again.
Yeah, I just got it.
There
There it is.
I heard it too. I heard it sounded like some kind of movement.
There he goes.
I got it on this.
They didn't want the REM pod there.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't. They did not want the REM pod.
Let's listen.
Yeah.
Hearing footsteps.
I heard it.
What the fuck was that? That was loud.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Right?
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
crazy.
I heard what sounded like footsteps. It was like the little taps.
The
Yeah.
problem is it never justifies how it sounds in person.
No.
No matter what you're using, what kind of camera or audio, you always hear it so much better than it shows up. Because we
Well,
all
You have to be there for it.
movement.
That's why we suggest you come out there. If the people who are watching who've never been there, or even if you've been there, come there. Because the experiences you have in this, but look, I've investigated all over this country in the UK, and I tell you, the experiences I've had in that building are some of the experiences I've never had anywhere else, which is crazy. It's because I think we're there so much, and we're able to capture everything happening so much. Where like on Ghost Hunters, we'd be there for a week, maybe 2 weeks investigating a location. Or if like we're doing events, you're there for a night, maybe 2 nights. This place, we're able to be there almost 24/7 with the cameras and with us always being there filming and the events and stuff. So we're seeing so much stuff that's not captured by other people. It's pretty. That's why this project's so. It's so different from everything else out there. Because you're in one location for some time. Like, the boys have been in the same location in the UK for 2.5, 3 years now. We've been here for a year now, and we're going to keep being here for as long as it takes. And it's insane to see the activity and how it changes and different stuff we're capturing, over the weeks and months that we've been in this location.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to expand. We always want the manor to be a destination that you can go to and be part of the show. But we want to expand and do this format, in as many places as we can. So, I think this is the key to catching evidence is, these cameras constantly running, people checking it constantly and people using that footage. It's a shame, when you go to an investigation and you just don't, use any of that footage, and there's probably a ghost just on every clip waving at the camera.
Well, yeah, good point. That too. And we were just talking. I was talking to the boys in the UK like an hour or so ago. The big thing is like over there, their home base, their home is the hotel. The King's Head. Like our home, our office is the manor. It'll always be our office. We'll always be there. We're not going anywhere. So I can't only what we captured in the last 10 months we've been filming, what we're going to capture over the next year and 2 years and 3 years in that building. It's I can't wait. It's incredible.
And one thing I wanted to say that as somebody who like not only has been a spectator and a guest at the manor, but I really, really loved the way that Samuel Miller Mansion was a blank slate. Like there was minimal history behind it, which I thought was so different than, again, not knocking any popular ghost shows, but what you guys are doing that's setting you apart from, the traditional ghost show is the fact that you pick these locations that you're going to go in and the investigation is going to kind of help you to unwrap the layers of these places yourselves and help you to dig into the history. And like, so I guess what I'm kind of getting at is like you have popular places like the Conjuring House or
Right.
I'm trying to, Waverly Hills. Like, there's a lot of well-known places. The history behind it, but I think it's really cool to go into somewhere where there's not a whole lot of history yet, and from where you guys started at the grand opening to where you are now, I mean, you guys have made absolute strides in kind of uncovering the layers to this place, and it's been really neat to watch that kind of just grow. So I kind of wanted to touch on here really quickly, some of the history that you guys have dug up so far on this location that you didn't have when you started.
Yeah, there's a lot. The Samuel Shock, for one. I mean, even though the building is named the real name of the building is Samuel Miller Mansion, Samuel Shock was kind of lost in history. We were able to, and not just us, but with some great historians that work behind the scenes, like Megan, and what's his name?
Chris Vera.
Chris Vera. These guys really have brought a lot of stuff to the forefront for us on the history that we don't have time to do. And they're finding Samuel Shock and this guy who he lived in the building for 40 years. He worked there and he died there. And his viewing and funeral was actually held in that building in the parlor. And you got Keebler and all that stuff. That was part of the actual history of the building as well.
Yeah. And I think, any paranormal investigation, the most important thing is, digging up whatever history you can find, whatever reported history there is. Because without that, there's nothing to investigate. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. But there's always going to be, skeletons in the closet, stuff that's not documented. That's where we come in. And I think that's kind of what we've been doing. And we're starting to figure out stuff that was never documented. And it's being it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think this project could work, any location. It could, we're talking about, Penhurst and Queen Mary, like these classic destinations. And I think, there's so many other places that just aren't as well known that could be, that could be a destination place. And I think that's kind of what we're looking for is, the bed and breakfast, that's just at the end of the street, that old house. These places have stories to tell that just waiting for somebody to dig it up.
Yeah. I mean, every place has a story to tell, and that's what we're doing. We're finding out I mean, you always walk into these haunted locations with, folklore and rumors and this and that and the other, but you can never put your finger on it, or like sometimes there's very vague history on it. And that's what we're trying to do with all these locations, is trying to, not just the manor, but over in the UK, the guys, what they're doing over there. What we're doing here is trying to find out the real history, true history. And which, it's kind of funny because we were just at Warren's this weekend and Megan came to us, who's the historian, and said she may have found another death in the building. So it's something she's working on right now for us. So that's very interesting. And it was a young girl. So
Uh-oh.
So yeah.
And
I
we're
don't know.
definitely-
Did we ever show Daryl my notes from that day, from our notes? Did we ever show you that?
I don't think we showed Daryl. I think we might have shown. We showed somebody. I don't. It wasn't you guys, right? Jeff and Trey. We didn't show you guys.
What notes?
I really want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
like I want to go back to those and revisit it because I feel like there's just like so much coming out and I'm so excited. Like there's always like something new and I'm excited to see all of this progression here. Like I hate to say it because I don't want to sound like, you know, like silly, but I am obsessed with the manor. I love it. I love going there. I think that like it's you never get the same thing. And I've never
I wanna go
been
back.
somewhere where like you like every time you go it's different. There's a different vibe and it's almost like the building, I guess the best way I can say it reminds me of like a moody teenage girl. Like it's like you go and it's like it's either having a good day or it's having a bad day or it's having like a little bit of a moody day. And
Yeah.
like the last time we went, I felt like it was a little moody. And I was,
Mhm.
you know, we went to a couple
was.
different locations and
It
I
was.
noticed like one was kind of quiet, but then we went the opposite this time that we did the last time. And like then we got a ton of stuff in a different location that we didn't the last time. So it's just it really is. It's phenomenal, like what you guys are doing, and just also the community that you're creating. If you couldn't already tell from the comments, peeps, I think you can see that the community that My Haunted Manor has built has probably been one of the greatest things that you guys have achieved. You know, the evidence is wonderful and the show is fantastic, but I think what you guys are doing amongst the paranormal community, everybody wants to talk about paranuity and people, you know, cheering each other on and becoming like one collective community and loving on each other and just always backing each other up. And I have never seen a group of fellas such as yourself truly achieve that as quickly and as simply as you have. And like I've met some great friends through this. I've made great friends with you guys and you guys have always cheered us on. Like you guys are truly leading by example in just creating such an amazing community. And I can't say enough things about the manor. You guys are doing amazing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. Yes.
I think it's you know our mindset is, you know, we're not the stars of this. It's the people that come are the stars, and you know we want to highlight what you guys do and how do you investigate. You know, let it be a stage for your team and boost you guys in your areas. And we just want to build everybody up, you know, and everybody have a good time and investigate and respect the place and find out more history as we go. I think it's a great energy there.
Yeah, I don't. You know, there's no advancement, there's no progression without diversity and collaboration. And when you get a diverse group of people in there that all investigate differently, but then they're starting to get the same answers, that's when you know that it's good data. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what we're doing there, and it's making friendships, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, yeah, not just not just the people who come out, the people we have work behind the scenes. What they do. I mean, we couldn't do it without them. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they are a huge part of this. You see a lot of the three of us on screen a lot, but there's people behind the scenes, and there's no numbers. There's no number one or number two or number three. It's everybody is one. We're all a team. There's no one who's better than anybody else. I don't care what you've done in this business. This is a pseudoscience. And none of us are better than anybody else. And that kind of flows into them and everything they do behind the scenes. It just goes to show like the community we built. Like that's the part I love about it. I call them fams. I don't call them fans. They're fams. They're fans. They're part of us. They're making this grow. They're growing with it as well. And I love to see it. It's great. It's great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Event, November, so check that out. You know, it's a big get together. All of this paranormal community and just feast and investigate.
Brett Jones is coming to that. Brett Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. I was just talking to him, like an hour or so ago about him.
Yep. So Rowdy just hit us up today about doing an event the 15th. So the Friendsgiving is November 16th, but the 15th we're going to be having a little bit of a party a little bit of a USA UK team kind of tanking them down, drinking somewhere. We're gonna figure it out, but come out there.
Awesome. Make sure you guys check it out. Keep an eye on their page because you guys
Yeah.
usually post everything up there, right? All your dates and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll share it on our page as well.
Yeah.
And then
But
our
yeah.
season finale's coming up. You know, it's crazy to think that this, you know, the season is almost over. It's been a wild
year.
I know. But one common theme, you know, there's been a bunch of, you know, trends that we've seen, but one thing has been kind of pointing at the basement. You know, starting with day one of you know, interviewing Amy and their you know, the rumors of there being a murder down there, some people, you know, possibly buried down there. You know, it wasn't super uncommon back in the 1800s to, you know, be buried in your basement. But you know, we weren't sure. But in our last episode, we're going to find out a little bit more information about that, and I don't know how much we can disclose. I can say that we had John Mullen from Fort Oaks Geothermal come out. We were able geophysics. I'm sorry, Fort Oaks Geophysics, and we did get the GPR system into the basement. He did a full scan, and he wasn't expecting to see anything, and there were 2 spots of interest that need further investigation. Definitely.
Yes, there's some anomalies that were found, so it's something we're currently working on and be part of, you know, the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Can't say too much. Give it away. You have to watch the episodes, guys.
It's really interesting to see how different experiments, you know, we gain similar results in areas where they found anomalies. It's just very, very strange. And we can't wait to show you guys more and find out more.
Yeah.
You guys will know as soon as we do.
Yeah, exactly. We'll definitely be talking a lot about it. But yeah, and there's other stuff. I mean, I got to jump off here in a minute, guys. But there's, you know, other stuff that, you know, we want to kind of throw out there too before I jump off. You know, we're moving to a different platform really soon. So it's very exciting how fast this thing's grown. We'll be we're moving to a streaming platform that's part of Paramount Plus, and it's so pretty soon you'll be able to see the show on Freevee. You'll be able to see it on Samsung TV and all Roku versions. And there's even something bigger coming, even bigger than that we can't talk about. And so as soon as we're allowed to talk about it, we will. But it's even bigger. So yeah.
You guys, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for the heat that My Haunted Manor is about to bring to your screens, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe something coming soon on the West Coast. We'll to see.
Maybe another location.
You got to stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be making more announcements about that. And we're working on it. There's a lot of logistics behind it, and so once we know more, we'll let you guys know, and when we can talk about it more, we'll definitely, you guys will be the first to know. Absolutely. It's killing us, but we can't talk about it.
I know. I can see that little vein right there. You want to tell us so bad. Holding all that info in, Daryl.
Yeah, it's all about NDAs and stuff like that, so you can't talk about the stuff. But we can say just keep your eyes peeled. Some huge things coming for My Haunted project. Yeah.
Crazy.
I can't wait. You guys literally have us on the edge of our seats because I think it gets worse once you've been to the manor. It just gets worse because then it's like you've been there, you felt it, you know it, and then you're like, okay, what's next? What's next? So
literally before you guys came in, I was telling Morgan, I'm like, I need some fucking answers. Like, we have been there twice now, and I'm like, I just need things to be confirmed. And I have ADHD, and like, I just not knowing is it's triggering me. I need to know.
What she's trying to say is you're killing us slowly. We're dying a slow death
we love
right
it.
now.
We love it. It's okay.
In a good way.
But the funny part too is that I remember the first time we interviewed you guys, and I remember right before we were going to come to see you guys were like, "Oh, so you're excited? Like, are you looking forward to it?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm gonna shit my pants." Those are my exact words. And now I'm over here like, one, I want to come back. I want to get more answers, and two, I just want to know what's going on. Like, I'm literally at the edge of my seat.
You're gonna actually shit your pants when you find out.
I'm literally gonna.
Yeah, so double up on your underwear, Taylor.
Brett's already working on a logo. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did. He said, "Ooh, I'm looking at a logo I just made right now."
Oh, that's a teaser.
That's very ominous. That's an Easter egg, guys.
Brett's always on it.
I love it. Oh, we have Mama Bader in the house.
Mama Bader.
We love Mama Bader. Much love to you. We got Ed. You guys, let me tell you, you guys got this chat right now blowing up. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Community. We have yeah, let's do some Q&A. Give us some questions. What are you guys thinking?
Buzzing.
Do we give away too many spoilers? There's definitely
no,
more.
You didn't give away enough.
Yeah, I was just saying not enough.
There's much more to come.
While we're waiting for questions to come in, I thought I'd tell you guys I was scrambling. I found the book.
Oh, you found the book?
I found the book.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
book.
Before you get into that too
much,
I'm going to go, guys.
Okay.
Thank you for having me on. And it's been real, and I can't wait to see you guys again.
Yes, we can't wait to see you. Make sure you're not a stranger. I'm sure I'll see you at some upcoming events, but take care of yourself and safe travels for all your stuff.
Check us out. All right, guys.
Okay.
See you, Daryl.
Yeah, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, Daryl.
All right, let's see. Every time I blank, there's 50 new comments, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, where was I last?
I already got lost.
Yeah, there's so many, and I'm like, I love it. I am loving this right now because you guys have everybody
without having a green screen background.
That's Trey for not having it.
No, it's okay. You got the hat on. You got some merch going.
I'm an amateur.
Only 5% loser. Not yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Just kidding.
Yeah. 6 if you promote the show.
Yeah.
I got you.
Or 4%. I don't know my math. 4% is supposed to go down.
Yeah, we're not going to get into mathematics on here, okay? Because then we're really going to show that I was in remedial real quick.
Side note, speaking of math today, I was substituting a 5th grade class and they asked me to help them with a math problem. When I tell you, I thought I could figure it out.
You embarrassed yourself, didn't you? Why would you do that to yourself?
I pulled the phone out. I said, guys, give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to try to learn how to do this. I couldn't figure it out. I told them I'm going to write a note to your teacher. Yeah. I'm like, just skip it. It's fine.
Don't laugh at me, but totally unrelated to paranormal stuff, but related to Taylor's story. My goddaughter, I was super, super duper confident that I was a super intelligent human being until she brought me this cute little, it was music homework. And I was like, oh, this should be easy enough. I played the saxophone, I played the clarinet, I got this. So she shows it to me. And I was literally on my phone Googling, I'm like, what is a half clef? What is a 1/4 note? What is and she's like, it's this, Momo, duh. And I'm sitting there are you kidding me right now? I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Clearly not. I'm surprised I'd even be smarter than a 1st grader at this point. But yeah, so I kind of want to chat a little bit while we're waiting for. Oh, hold on. We might be getting some questions, but they're literally flying before my eyes.
I saw Claire. Wait, here, I got you. Claire had a question.
No. Wait, hold on.
Did we ask
Carmen first. Fighting over comments.
You shit. You're right. That's why Taylor can't have access. I'm just going to sip my coffee.
Carmen sent us a bunch of stuff. It's been a crazy couple weeks, Carmen, but I'm going to go through that. Me and Trey are going to go through some of that. A lot of voice stuff that you sent from the basement.
Definitely very cool. I listened to a few of them, Carmen. They were pretty cool.
Brett, bring grace.
Tony said yes, bring grace. And then of course we gotta put Rowdy's comment. He said Bader Bros are a fucking legend. Amen.
Awesome.
Amen, Rowdy.
Rowdy's a legend. Rowdy's a freaking legend.
Rowdy is a legend.
Rowdy is everybody's spirit animal.
Yes, I
He
love
just
him.
makes you feel so like loved and just at
so
home.
sweet.
Like I remember when we came, he's like, "I gotta show you guys so much stuff." He literally
Yo,
took
he
us
was
by the
cracking
hand,
me up.
and I was so enthusiastic. I
"Yo,
was
let's
like,
go."
"I love this man." I was like, "He is fantastic."
He puts this hard shell in front of him. You know, he acts tough, but he's got the biggest heart. He's such a bear.
No,
He's
I
about to
don't
send me
believe
a
the
bunch of
shell.
videos of him in Alaska, and I can't wait to go through it because it's probably just him like petting a deer, riding a bear. Can't wait.
Tagging him down.
Grizz. I saw Grizz.
Why could I see Rowdy in one of those like super duper Alaskan fur get-ups with like what are those, like the tennis rackets on the feet?
Uh-huh.
Like a burly wilderness man, Rowdy.
He's worn it. He's got that fit.
I wouldn't mess with Rowdy if I passed him on the street. If I didn't know him, I would be like,
He's
No,
he's
I'm not
an
messing with him.
absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, he's
We
a
love
cute
he
boy.
is. He's a love bug. Let's see.
We got him on keeping his eyes out for something haunted in Alaska. My haunted Alaska.
Brett said, not a chance am I putting that on the plane. Is he talking about that doll? Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Get to ship it.
Screw it. Bring it. Bring it.
Rowdy needs his own fan club. We need to make Rowdy a fan page.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He says, love you guys.
Hey, Hoss.
Hey, Hoss.
He's so excited.
Sarah said, I am laughing so hard right now.
Love Sarah too. Sarah's awesome.
Yeah, Sarah's amazing.
Haunted lantern
Haunted lantern tour in Colombia. You were about to say it too. Yeah, definitely go check this out. The costumes look amazing. The details and the story, and it's going to be like acting out, crazy moments in history in cemeteries throughout the town. It's at the manor. You guys definitely don't want to miss that.
I need to see Rowdy in his top hat and peak coat.
Yeah, we're gonna have them all
Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz, Rowdy.
Yeah,
he's good.
So I wanted to ask about this question right here because I thought this was a good question because I didn't really think about that. But say these anomalies are bodies in the basement.
Yeah.
What would the next steps be? Like how do you handle that? Like do you have to call authorities in or like how does that?
We have to call the authorities, and it would essentially be a crime scene. They would, probably, dig them up and search the rest of the basement. I don't know exactly what the steps would be, but
that's crazy.
I would imagine
we would shut us down.
Yeah,
it would shut us down for a little bit, but I mean, this is what we're doing it for. If someone's down there and it's not just, a family member that was, living there, or whatever, that was buried down there, and there's nothing reported to that, there's nothing documented, which there would be if that was the case, then they shouldn't be down in the basement.
No.
Yeah.
It could bring a family closure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah said Columbia's Haunted Lantern Tour, so make sure you guys check that out. I did see that. I think you guys had shared that, right? They looked really cool.
Check out our Facebook. We got links to that.
Yeah, definitely check out
the Rivertown Theater Group and Rowdy and Sarah and all of them come to the manor in costume. Get some really cool video shoots of them that maybe we can use as B-roll. Definitely some of the kids that are in the theater, get them to come and act out some of these kids running around getting cookies. I think that would be cool to have some cinematic shots like that.
And we think with them dressing in the period clothing and acting as if they were in those times, that could be a trigger in itself. So we're gonna do an investigation with them in character and see if we can do that. Wait for that.
That's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Have you guys, I meant to ask you before we get to Megan's question. I've been working on a theory paper involving the paranormal and music. And I wanted to ask you guys, since we were there and I think one of my favorite moments, because it was probably one of the most spiritual moments that we had at the manor, was when we played those hymns in the print shop. When we all started to sing, it was so crazy to see all the lights and everything, and you could feel the energy kind of shift in the print shop. And so have you guys played with music since we kind of had that experience, and what have you gotten from it?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of period music, a lot of like old Civil War type music.
No 50 Cent.
A little 50 Cent. You
A little
know.
bit, yeah.
Mimi says that there's a teenager as a resident ghost at the manor who loves Rush. I didn't know that.
Okay.
But we haven't really tapped
Interesting.
into that experiment yet.
I am gonna die if I walk in there and I hear y'all like blaring Rush. I'm gonna be like, all right, this is what we're doing.
We will
Let's
try
go.
it. Yeah,
It's one of
we're
the
open
joints.
to experimenting with anything that is gonna create a result and get data from, and we want everyone to bring their ideas and let's try it.
Yeah.
You played what was it? I Have a Friend in Jesus. Was that the
Yeah.
hymn?
Oh,
By
yeah.
Alan Jackson. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, we had the party family in with us. It was me and Daryl, and we were doing a GS2 laser grid in the print shop kind of experiment. And I played that song. And we didn't have anything right when I played it, but shortly after that, there was a pretty cool Estes method session where we got something cold that went in front of the laser grid. So I don't know if that maybe could have played an effect on that.
Mhm.
I do feel like the print shop is like, just from what I was picking up, and I know a lot of stuff like being sensitive, like I'll pick up a lot of little things. And I'm sure Chelsea, if she's still here, maybe she can kind of kick to this a little bit. But one of the things that I've experienced from being a sensitive since I was young is like little bits and pieces. The best way I can explain it is kind of like Morse code. So it's not always spot on, but there's a reason something will just like kind of pop into my head. And I'm like, okay, let's roll with it because it means something.
Mhm.
And it tends to always like end up being something. And when we were sitting there, I thought that moment was so neat because it was like I kept having this inkling of like music, like play music, play music. And I was like, what doesn't hurt? Like, let's try it. And I can't describe the feeling when I like was like, you know what, let's play hymns. We played it. And for some reason I was drawn to that one song. And then I think it was Emily's mom who, right as she said it, I hit the play button at the same time.
Mhm.
And we both were like, we looked at each other and she's like, why did you pick that? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, it was just kind of calling to me. And she was like, that's the song I was going to tell you to play. I was like, yeah, I heard that. So it was one of those funny, coincidence maybe, but it was just a synchronicity that I think happened that I thought was really neat. But when we played it, the feeling of just like, it was like joy. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was very spiritual. It was like, I don't have a word for it. When I do, I'll let you know. But it was just like all of us singing together. That vibration went from like here to like here. And it was like lights were lighting up, things were moving, we were hearing footsteps. And so I just thought it was really neat to kind of toy with the idea of, seeing if you guys had played more music in other areas of the home and if you had noticed an uptick.
Yeah, I think music is probably my favorite trigger because I think it works in 3 different ways. Where one, like you're saying, it kind of lifts the energy and the vibration. 2, music is like the number one thing that connects people amongst different language barriers, whatever. And then 3 is it's also a trigger. If you play, I played Amazing Grace in the basement because that was a huge song back in the day, with slaves escaping and stuff like that. And we had some success with that as well. So I think it works on multiple ways and, it works a lot. It works good.
Yeah. And it's funny that you said that because when I was kind of talking to our group about, using music, one of the reasons that I always tend to gear towards that in investigations is when I was working in hospice as a former hospice worker, we would have a lot of patients who were nonverbal or, these people are on their deathbeds and you need a way to comfort them. You have patients with dementia and Alzheimer's and kind of like speaking to what you said about universal language, when we can't physically communicate with them, music kind of says the words and does the comforting that sometimes we can't. And I feel like when you have spirits and you see those energies kind of lingering and maybe they have unresolved issues or we don't know why they're there. But if we can't speak their language, maybe we can trigger a memory for them. Maybe we can make them feel at home. Like, I just feel like that's kind of what music does. And so I feel like it'd be really neat to kind of test that more at the manor because there's so many layers and so many different areas to reach with music. I just thought it would be really neat.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've definitely done it. done plenty of times. It was with Matt in the basement. We were playing Amazing Grace. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. It's definitely something we could do more of, and it also creates energy. It's outputting sound waves and frequency.
Right.
Something they could feed off of. So, it's just a lot of good things for an experiment.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So getting to Megan's question, because I see the questions kind of building up in here. Megan wants to know, what advice would you give to first-time investigators coming to the manor?
That's a good one. I would say, just do your thing. Do what feels right. Go where you feel, led. I just be open to it, and the manor kind of move you around. I mean, we'll guide you around a little bit, but at first, at the end of the night, you have your, you have the place yourself and free roam. So explore. What do you say, Troy?
I would just say, go in with an open mind. And like Jeff was saying, do whatever you want to do. That's what we support here at the manor. Is we're not going to judge you no matter what kind of technique you use. We want as many different, people coming in there, whatever they want to do, we want them to do. And, we don't judge. And just, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring ideas. We'll try them out.
Unique experiments, whatever you want to do.
Carmen says, I laughed when I saw you guys dancing when y'all played the music. That was such a great video clip.
Yeah.
You guys looping arms and doing a do-si-do.
I think that's a trigger too, if music's a trigger, dancing's a trigger, it goes hand in hand.
All right, so next time we're at the manor, we're going to get Jeff to do the worm. We're going to play Rush. We're going to play Rush, and we're going to make Jeff do the worm to it.
She's talking about on her belly.
Yeah. I'm not talking the easy worm. I'm talking, I want you I don't even know how you do that. Just roll yourself on the floor.
He can do it. He'll learn.
Stop, drop, and
I
roll.
have faith. Jeff can break dance. He can break dance. You can do the worm.
He can spin on his head.
Just as long as you don't pull like a Kevin Hart backflip. Because I can't. I'm leaving you. I'm laughing so hard I'm going to pee my pants. Let's see. So... Jackie, I've investigated the manor a few times. I photographed orbs in the basement.
Jackie, we met at the Paracon.
Yep.
Thanks, Rowdy.
I love you, Rowdy.
Yeah, when are you guys coming back?
Love you, Rowdy. Yeah, we gotta come back. I don't know though. If you put that doll in there, I don't know if we're doing another overnight. Me and Taylor.
It's gonna be.
Listen, wait. Can we actually? Can we take a second? Because I feel like we didn't really get to go on the podcast and talk much about that. Can we just talk about was it 5 a.m. shenanigans with Trey that happened that night?
Oh my God. Me and Trey talk about that multiple times because we were so delusional. And I'm sure you have that on camera somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like...
You have to see it.
The laughter, when you just get so delusional. It was 3 or 4 in the morning.
We were giddy. We were giddy.
Yeah.
Oh
it was so bad. We were just and then Spooky can't even
no,
talk
but
about
if it wasn't Spooky, it was Trey, because Spooky scared us. But I think Trey was the scariest ghost of all, because we were
Spooky
when I tell you,
Spooky attacked you. Spooky mauled you.
Listen.
Yes, pet
when I
Spooky
tell you,
at your own risk, please. Everyone's on the waiver.
When I tell you.
There's a Spooky.
No,
if you
Spooky is fantastic. She's so sweet. Her and Taylor had a disagreement.
Okay,
disagreement.
When I tell you that Morgan and I, we suited up for bed. We had face masks. We covered I think we covered ourselves because we didn't want to be touched. We don't want anything touching us or anything. We got in our little sleeping bags and we were ready for bed.
Oh no, I didn't have a sleeping bag. You brought a sleeping bag. I had to wrap myself like a burrito.
Sleeping bag. We wrapped
Taylor
ourselves
looks
up,
like a
right?
ghost right now. What's going on?
Are you in a black and white filter?
It's the light. It's the light. No, I'm also pasty as shit. Anyway, so
actually, plot twist. Taylor's actually a ghost.
Holy shit.
No,
we didn't tell you we had a ghost for our podcast.
Amazing.
I'm a spooky ass.
She puts
bitch.
the ghoul in girlfriend.
I do. I should come up with a saying with something about my white skin.
When you sleep there, you definitely want to be bundled up and not have anything exposed.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, we had nothing exposed. But the worst part was that as soon as we were about to fall asleep, we thought that it was spooky again. And who is it? Trey. Leaving the door wide open.
Scaring the crap out of us.
Didn't even know. We thought it was a fucking ghost.
Yeah, we were so like picture this if you guys want to laugh. Me and Taylor, like, we're getting ready for bed, like lights are still on, and like we're like laying there, we put our eye mask on, we're like, okay, this is it, we're going to bed. And then we just hear it's like and we were like, and Taylor goes, Taylor doesn't even move. I just can feel the tension, and she goes, I'm not taking this mask off. She's like, whatever it is, it's just gonna like take us. She's like, I'm
No, that was you.
That.
What happened with me is that I actually lived one of those movie moments where you know how you're watching the person, you're like, don't go in the door, like don't turn around, just don't be stupid. And all of a sudden Morgan was like frozen, and my dumbass goes, what was that? And I pull the mask off, and Morgan's like, why would you do that? Like, what if it was something that was gonna get you? And I'm like, I don't know, it's just an instinct. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, we were not. And then here comes Trey's ash, is like, he like peeks around the door, and we're like, are you kidding us right now? Like, you just had us, like, we thought we were gonna be fighting for our lives. We didn't know what was gonna come out on the other side of that door. But yeah, it was hysterical. And then we were like, hey, we're like, Trey, can you maybe just like stay down here with us, because we're too scared. So luckily Trey kept a good lookout.
I got your back.
He was a good sport. Even though you probably wouldn't have saved us much if we did wake up in the middle of the night, because Trey sleeps like an absolute freaking bear.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say he was so kind to us that in return we Irish goodbye'd him. Just fucking in the morning. We were not about to start anything.
We slept in like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
We literally went to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And then Taylor's up at 8, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, all right, you ready to leave? I'm like, what?
Well, the problem is that I had like a half-hour dilemma in my own mind where I was like, I had to pee so bad. I'm like, do I get up? Is there enough sunlight where I won't be scared to get up? So I think I fell back asleep for another hour, and then I was like, okay, now I need to get up and go.
So learn from Taylor's mistake, wear a Depends to bed, so you don't have these issues.
The door is opened on its own too.
You know, can I tell you something? So I didn't say this to Taylor because I didn't want to freak her out. When we were sleeping, I did wake up in the middle of the night, but I refused to take my eye mask off because even though like I sleep like a mom. So like I sleep, but I'm very like light sleeper. So if I hear something, automatically my ears just like zoom in on it. So I thought I heard the door open, but I was like, it's probably just Trey going to the bathroom or something. So then I was like, we're not going to investigate that. We're going to ignore that. And we're going to go right back to sleep, because if I sit here and wake up, I'm going to be like up. Yeah. And now I'm wondering if that's what it was.
Could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I knocked out. I was done.
True. I was sleeping like a baby.
And full disclaimer, if you do stay overnight, the cameras run 24/7. So if you fart in your sleep, you need to take care of that before investigating.
I'm praying that neither one of us farted or talked in our sleep, because
you guys both
play the clip.
Well,
do not play don't roll the clip. Imagine plot twist, Trey has like blackmail footage on us from that night. Her hair is all just like, yeah. Well, let's see what other comments we got here before we get too sidetracked. So I use my Twinkle Twinkle in Bumblebee room. Okay.
That one works good.
Oh my God, Rowdy, I'm so glad you brought this up. I wanted to say this before when you guys were talking about, what were you talking about with Daryl? He brought up, maybe it was when he brought up the old doll.
Oh, yeah. Displays.
Maybe that's what it was. And I was like, I wonder if you guys have like a old record player.
Yeah, we need that.
Oh no, I know what it was. It was when you guys were talking about the phone. You said you heard an old phone, and I was like, in my head, I was like, how creepy would it be if you guys had an old record player? Yeah. You know, like in scary movies where they start to play like the old jazz music.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing.
I love that piano in there too.
Piano would be cool. We do like a lot of stuff with the brown noise and different hertz frequencies to try to spark rooms up to give it energy.
Is that the Paracast?
Paracast, yeah, that's one technique, or just pumping out brown noise. One thing I want to try moving forward is like getting more EM pumps and pumping out electromagnetic fields, and maybe even like Tesla coils and start doing stuff like that to try to give them energy, spark it up a little bit more, different ways.
Don't challenge. I agree with that.
Step up My Haunted Manor edition. Megan said, what is your favorite room to investigate at the manor?
What do you think, John?
Like magic window room.
Yeah,
that's a good room.
Got a cool vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get like a blue light strip to go around the window so you can have more light to get in and out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think as many people know that you can go in there.
Yeah, I didn't know until you literally just said that. I thought you can only like investigate like in the window.
You can go through it, yeah. Because someone's been touched in there. Kyle from DSGI was touched on the arm there, and then he said, "Can you do that again?" He like whispered it, and it did it again, like squeezed it harder. So like validated for him.
I had to be
pretty wild.
I had to be the guinea pig when we first started and bust through the floorboard in there. But now it's all safe. It's all good. So people can go in there.
All reinforced.
The thing with that room, though, is it's been so damn hot at the manor in the summer that we haven't really been able to investigate up on the third floor. Where it's so hot up there. But the weather's starting to turn a little bit. So we're going to start hitting up there a lot more going forward.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I would say the servants' quarters is awesome, I think. With the door opening, the footsteps that I've heard doing solos in there is the clearest footsteps I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And the basement, just like with everything going on down there, is just insane.
Yeah, definitely the basement. What do you guys think? Do you guys have an answer?
What do you guys think?
Kelsey said, I kept hearing whispers in my ears, sounded like it was coming from the basement. Debbie said, after doing an investigation, how do you not make something follow you home? Say goodbye properly.
I'm pretty sure something did.
I'm very faithful. I pray, I don't think anything's ever followed me home. I've been to some crazy places, but I just do the best I can with, my faith to protect me.
See, Morgan, you messed up there.
Shut up, Taylor.
Yeah, you can.
For anyone that doesn't know.
On our website, myhauntedmanor.com. It's mostly Friday and Saturday nights, but you can, we're open to any kind of private investigation if you want to book, the night for yourself. Definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
For anybody who doesn't know, Morgan brought something home with her when we went the first time.
Oh God, you gotta put me on the spot like that?
I am. She, instead of what was it? What are you supposed to do when you leave there? What did we say we're supposed to do?
Just say
goodbye. We Irish goodbye, and
like me, you did that to me.
She definitely brought something.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. No, but yeah,
it's okay. We brought it back though.
I think it's just the delusion part. When she gets so tired, you're just kind of like, all right, I'm out of here.
Right.
Let's see. Carmen said, yeah, not sure if any of that has happened to me when I slept over. Hopefully haven't let one rip or talk in my sleep.
Carmen, I can confirm that you have. No, I'm just kidding.
This is honestly, you guys should just make a compilation of manor farts. Just like
There's plenty.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone poops. Everyone farts.
Trey normalizing. I love it. I'm here for it.
Trey, did you get that book read to you? Everybody farts as a kid.
Absolutely.
Read it to
Everybody poops.
Yeah.
I read it every night before bed.
Yeah. I love that.
Manor bloopers on our VHX site, definitely, Carmen.
No, manor poopers.
Oh.
Instead of bloopers.
You got it right, yeah.
That's also on VHX.
Poop cam.
That's a special
poopy cam.
A little bit more pricey, but I think it's worth it. A lot of content. 2 baters, 1 cup.
Oh,
2 baters, 1 cup. Oh my God.
That's so nice.
What in the world?
You said it.
Taylor's the one that was just riding off into the sunset with the poop stuff.
I'm sorry.
Debbie, I can't wait to go
back
back
to
the
I had more, but I kept it down.
Oh, okay. Well,
Love you,
anyways,
Debbie
said, I can't wait to go back to the manor. It's a great place. Plus, the guys are awesome.
She's with music.
You're all right,
to
Debbie.
radio.
You're all right. I'm just kidding.
She's with M2D2, Music to Dance to Radio in Columbia. They're at all of our events, and we really appreciate them. They're going to be DJing our Halloween party.
Shout out to Scott.
Yeah, make sure you got the good tunes. You know, let's make this a party.
Brett. He said, "Oh dear God, no."
We got to do the UK party to shame. They have a bash every year.
Yeah,
we got to do.
We got to beat them.
I wanted to share a couple of, now that we've gotten through majority of the comments and questions, I wanted to share some more of the clips that we had. We had a couple from the Potato Chip Factory. And then we had one submitted from Layla. Which one should we dive into first? I'll let you guys pick.
Let's check out the Layla that from Drop Paranormal was at the Manor. In the kids' room and caught this good piece of audio that they sent us.
All right, awesome.
What's he doing up here?
What?
Whoa.
I thought I heard that.
Too.
That's the first time I've heard
it. They don't comment on it, which is odd, but I mean, it's definitely.
You know what's crazy though is when you hear that sound, and correct me if I'm wrong if anybody else hears this or not. It almost sounds like the cookie voice.
That's what I was gonna say. It sounds like the chocolate chip cookie voice.
Yeah.
The second one, they're like woohoo!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Was that sent to you? That's the first time I've heard that one.
Yeah, Layla sent that through the Dropbox. So, we have some teams that are sending us, clips that we can review, and I think that's really cool too. It's we're all working together to find answers here. So,
need to figure out.
Can we play that one more time? Because I just want to hear that one more time.
That was pretty cool.
Let's roll the clip again.
What's he doing up here?
That does sound
that's crazy.
It sounds a little bit more ominous than the cookie one. It sounds like more painful.
That one sounds a lot scarier.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
Weird. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys come to the Manor, get in touch with us. My Haunted Manor at Gmail, and we can figure out a way to get footage from you guys so we can use it in the show.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
then they can also, you guys can book investigations and whatnot at what's the website?
It's myhauntedproject.org. If you go there,
myhauntedproject.org is the
so it's got all the locations. We got our UK guys over there with the hotel, and then the Manor, and then any other future locations that we're going to be opening. It's all going to be on one website, and it's myhauntedproject.org.
You can get all the links to shows.
.org, yeah.
.org.
Org.
I know, I'm like, that's why I said, are you sure? You sure it's .org? The emphasis on org there.
And if you want to hear any farts or goofs or spoofs, that's going to be on myhauntedhq.vhx.tv. That's our subscription site with all our bonus contents, the farts, the spoofs, whatever.
Everything.
All on that website.
Specifically, we're going to now broadcast Taylor's farts because she wanted to.
Yeah, mine. Mine.
Hey, you're bringing it up, so we're gonna showcase you since it was your idea.
Well, as long as I'm paying extra for it and I get a cut at it, it's fun.
Yeah. So the Chip Factory. Did we want to play those? So can you give us some background on that?
Are we able to talk over it? I don't know because it's a long.
Yeah, I don't think we can, Jeff. I don't know.
We can just talk about it, and maybe just show one of the clips. But it's a abandoned potato chip factory. There was multiple fires there, and the president of the Chamber of Commerce bought the location and is turning it into an 80-room hotel with rooftop bar and restaurants, and it's going to revitalize that part of town, and that is on the same block as the Manor, so that's going to be huge. So when you guys come to town, You can stay at the hotel, or you can stay at the manor, or both, and spend time in Columbia and see some of the amazing haunted spots that you can check out, and antique shops and restaurants. And the town is amazing, so you definitely got to come check it out.
Hotel's it's got a rooftop bar that they're building on top of the hotel. That's where you'll find me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Nah, but we investigated it this past week, and some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what you said.
We're gonna go in again, maybe after they start the renovations, and see if it's kicked up again. But we just wanted to put that on everybody's radar that this place is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's
go to.
I'll check it out. All right.
Looked like The Last of Us. You know what I mean? It looked like
spooky.
Right. Yeah.
I think the dripping was adding like a very ominous. I don't know. It was spooky.
Yeah, it was cool being in there. I've always wanted to check it out because we see it every time we go to the manor.
And what was the vibe? How did it feel?
It was creepy. We heard some shuffling and some noises, and had us kind of running around the place. It was a huge spot.
Loud bangs. Rowdy was there, but he was kind of hanging back. And at one point, we heard a really loud bang above us, sound like a door slamming. And Rowdy, I want to see you comment, man. You heard this too. It was right above your head.
We went upstairs to check it out. Nothing there.
Yeah, and couldn't figure out what that was, but I mean, place is cool.
Yeah, we didn't have any confirmed deaths in the building, but there were multiple fires, and it's just assumed that and it doesn't, no one has to die for a location to be haunted, but.
Can you say that louder? Because I feel like that is one of my pet peeves. Everybody's like, but nobody died here. I'm like,
yeah, it could be the land, and I think you can travel. I don't think you're stuck like Beetlejuice. I don't think you're stuck in the house. I think you can travel. I think you can see whoever you want to see, places you always want to check out.
There you
go. And you see a screen. It's like Netflix, and you can pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
Kid.
I hope the afterlife's like that. Just I don't feel like being here today. I'm just gonna
next.
Yeah.
My little starred places. I'm gonna haunt Taylor. She's gonna be on my favorites list. I'm just gonna boop in out of your house.
I was gonna say before when we were talking about the ghost with Daryl or the doll with Daryl, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I feel like I should keep an object with me for the rest of my life, and it's got to be something really ridiculous so that when I go, I'll
just like a table coaster, like something really random.
You know what? First thing came to my mind, I'm gonna haunt a tampon.
Oh my god!
Or I'm gonna haunt.
God bless Taylor. God bless.
Wait a minute.
Dear God.
I'm gonna haunt.
It's gonna be one of the ones that some 500
Nobody's
pound
gonna. Yeah, maybe that. Let's haunt that. Let's haunt that.
That's what I'm gonna haunt.
Not this terrible.
I feel like we're getting delusional.
Yeah, it's getting
Okay, so kind of some fun icebreakers, and people in the comment section, feel free to join in because we always try and do some icebreakers to kind of tie things up. Is there anything that we've missed? I feel like there's just so much in a year that we have not, it's so hard to wrap up everything in kind of an hour and a half session, because My Haunted Manor, like we said, is just breaking the mold of ghost hunting and ghost shows, and so is there anything that we've missed? Because I still feel like there's a ton that we have to chat about.
No, we want to hear from you guys. What did you like about season one? What do you want to see more of in season two? What do you want to see that we didn't include? Things we haven't thought of. But we're just going to continue, digging into history and doing, what we got to do to tell the story. But I think the next step is Answers in the Basement.
Yeah. I would just want to thank everyone that supported us and has come out to these investigations. You guys are the stars. Most of the evidence that we've gotten there has come from, guesses, people watching right now that came out and investigated.
Your spooky cat.
You guys are all big part of finding answers there, and just want to thank everyone for doing it. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Mm-hmm. Chris, Amy, Sarah, you guys rock.
Yeah,
everybody that's helped, clean the manor up and get it ready and get it safe.
Oh, Cheryl has a request. She said more spooky cat. I agree. I agree. We want more spooky cat.
It's coming. More spooky content.
I feel like we need that.
I saw the last PHX. There was an extended spooky cat, and she actually caught something pretty spooky, something weird that she was observing, and a sound that kind of followed her, and she kept looking, and it was a cool catch. And I definitely want to do more spooky cam.
Yeah.
Yay.
Rowdy.
You know what you guys need? You guys need
oh gosh, Taylor.
And no, it's a good one. You need merch with Spooky Cat on it.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
we've talked about it.
It's coming.
You guys should make like little like pet collars with like Spooky Cat's face on it. I would buy some. No,
for yourself or for the dogs?
No, Trey.
Yeah.
I mean,
nah.
It's the new like body cam. It's gonna be like at the
No, I think spooky merch is on the way at some point. I just want to shout out Brian. Brian Hansen does a lot of the merch that you see at the manor.
Good job, Brian.
If you want spooky merch, hit him up. Blow his phone up.
Be sure to follow Spooky on Instagram. SpookyCat_MHM.
We love Spooky.
Check Spooky out. We love Spooky Cat. Like I said, I literally think I almost peed my pants when, like, it was like that scene from Elf when he sees the raccoon. And he's like, "Hey, little guy," and like, it's like 4:00 in the morning. I couldn't stop laughing, and Spooky like curled up in my lap, and we were just loving each other. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna steal this cat." I'm like, I love her so much. And then all of a sudden, like Taylor's like, "Hey, Spooky," and she just like. She just like and like literally just and I was like, she's not vibing with Taylor tonight.
But it was funny because it was so into the night that I think when Spooky did that, I think I was just like, oh, okay. And you lost it.
There was you're just like, well, they just had a little disagreement. Maybe next time.
Yeah. That reminds me.
But it seems like
need an upgraded with the manor.
I'm gonna cover myself in cat.
An upgraded first aid kit.
Yes, we do.
Work on that.
Or just like if you're coming to the manor, just bring yourself one of those little, what are they called? Wellies? The little welly kits. Just keep one of those in your pocket. Spooky is generally docile. But I mean, like any cat, like they want to love you on their terms. So just read the room.
It's
Taylor.
our territory.
That's feeding off the energy of the place too. The energy kind of does shift in there.
Yeah, I just like being on Taylor.
It's okay.
But it seems like everybody is on board with Spooky merch because that is what the comments are saying. Oh, Brian said I got you. Spooky coming right up.
Nice. Attaboy, Brian. Appreciate you, Doug.
Love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us tonight. This is awesome.
This is amazing. Zach, oh, that's a good one. Any sign of Spooky's new bed? Did you guys ever find the bed?
Oh, Rowdy, did you ever find it?
Yeah, Rowdy. Do you
what
know
happened? She's still got her old, we got to upgrade her bed.
I have no idea what happened with that. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around who would take it, when it would have happened. It was like within a day it was taken. No one was there. I don't understand what happened with that.
That's crazy. When I watched that part, like I forget what I saw. Was it an episode?
Yeah.
An episode.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I remember watching that, and you guys said you looked everywhere, and it was just like gone. It was a brand new bed.
Check the cameras. I don't
we
get
definitely need. We're working on more camera angles. That's going to be in season 2, but
some live cameras. All the
building up to it. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So icebreaker time while we wait, maybe for some last minute comments. We have some couple minutes here, but I know last time I think our icebreaker was kiss, marry, kill. Yeah. So this time, because we kind of touched upon it a little bit. What kind of ghost would you be in the afterlife? I'm scared for Trey's answer. Actually, I don't know who I'm more scared of because Jeff's got like that devilish grin. I'm like, I don't know which one of you is going to be worse with this one.
Found a ghost. What do you think, Jeff?
Ghost the most.
Like, what would you haunt? How would you haunt it? Or like, how would you haunt people? Like, just what would your energy be?
I think I would scare the shit out of my friends and family.
Yeah.
That would be my first and only priority.
Just like around the corner.
You're just making his friend's life real inconvenient.
Yeah, I'm known for that, just to mess with people. I think that's 100% what I'd be doing, just bouncing around. I think I wouldn't want to be at one spot.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
But you gotta be a mimic.
Well, what kind of space would you haunt?
Be a mimic.
Oh my gosh.
Hell no.
I'd be a sucker.
Just do it sarcastically.
But like no. But you're gonna do it though in the way that like SpongeBob does it, like what is it, that meme where he does the, oh my god, like if you're mimicking something, he goes, oh yeah, like the little mimicking meme he does. This could be you.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm.
Oh, Bob said mischievous.
Mm.
I feel like it's really telling that we would all be like really mischievous ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Remember when you put your
No
keys
good
in?
intentions.
Now they're over there.
I don't think I'd be mischievous. I think I'd just be fucking stupid.
I'm pretty sure I'm a mischievous ghost because I don't know where the freak my keys are at the time.
Yeah.
My wallet, everything I has like a tile in it because I lose it all the time.
You better hope I don't go before you, man. I'm gonna be messing with you and hiding all your keys and wallet and everything.
You don't even have
Tell
to.
you right
You
now,
can't
Jeff,
find
if Trey
out.
went before you, you're screwed.
I'm done with.
Oh my gosh. He's going to be chasing you up the stairs every night.
That's the worst feeling when you can't like unthink that when you start going up the steps and trying to lay down. That something's just running up there.
It'll be.
Can I tell you, like me and my aunt used to have wars because I grew up in I think it was built in like, it was like, I don't know. It was a long time, maybe like 18 something. My house that I grew up in, and it was an old lake house, and so like they put outlets, like light outlets, everywhere. So like there was one at the top of the stairs, one at the bottom of the stairs, and my aunt knew that like I was deathly afraid of the long ass hallway that I had to go to get to my room. So like I would flick the light on and like run all the way up the stairs, and she would shut that shit off mid run. She'd hear me like fall, crash into something. Literally, like I felt like every day I was fighting for my life. I'm like crawling to my room, just trying to get to the light switch. And I'm like, that's how somebody would get me. If they became a ghost, that's how you would get me. Chasing me up the stairs. I think I would die of a heart attack.
You're lucky that it was just a light switch though, because my father, I love my father dearly, but he would literally, like, if we were coming up from the basement stairs, because that basement's always the scariest part, all you'd hear is the lights turn off and he'd go, oh my god, I saw this coming, oh my god. He'd literally start fucking banging. I'm like, and then you literally hear us like trip up the steps and you just fucking hit the wall and go back down.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know what it is, but she was just very skilled at both the basement and like coming up my stairs, because there was one at the bottom, one at the top, but she would listen for when I would hit mid hallway and she'd flick it because she knew I wasn't going back for the second hall light. So I was just like, well, I'm like, something's either going to snatch me up midway and I'm not making it, because I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that movie Darkness Falls?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tooth Fairy.
Okay, tell me that movie didn't scare the shit out of you.
The opening scene. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like right outside the door, and it's like can't get into the light.
And the noise she makes, she's like, I don't even know how to do it.
But
like
the porcelain mask.
Yeah, something about like a door open just a little bit and just like an eye. Like
it honestly terrifies me. Everybody I tell about this movie, you look scary right now.
How long is that looking at me? What is that?
You look so terrifying right now. But yeah, that movie scared me. So like I always like remember the part in it where they're like the hospital lights go out and they're like jumping from like light to light. So that was me trying to get to my bedroom. Like literally just trying to stay in the light. I'm like, so if I hit this dark patch, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
That's a good reference. I didn't think anyone else knew that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Jeff like always loved the movie.
Yeah, we watched that a ton.
Next time I see y'all, we're gonna have a Darkness Falls like movie night, because that is the movie that's like will scare me until I'm 80.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. That thing was so crazy looking.
Yeah.
It's like eyes.
Yeah, no. But we gotta know what Jeff, what kind of ghosts, what are you haunting? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely the mundane, just moving your shit around, just prankster ghost.
Just gonna I can see Jeff just kind of like with like house slippers, just kind of shuffling around, just knocking shit off counters, like real cat attitude.
I just putter around the
I was
house.
gonna say, I was
Turn the
gonna say
TV
that
on,
accent,
turn the TV off.
that accent that you did in that one episode, Jeff, that little behind the scenes thing. You're gonna be the ghost that does that little accent that you do.
Oh, Garrett.
You're gonna just
talk like this.
Randomly. Yes. You're just gonna be like, oh, she's Jeff haunting again.
I'm turning the light off. Turning the
Let
light
me
off.
tell you, I would if I heard a ghost shuffling around the house and then that's what I heard following it, I would shit. I would be so scared.
I'd laugh and then shit.
You guys are wild. You guys are wild. Well, I'm glad I at least know what to expect. I know what to expect. So, yeah.
You know us.
Oh yes,
Thank you
yes.
guys for having us on. This is
nice.
You
We've had a blast.
Seriously, yeah. You guys were the first podcast I think we did, and you guys have been the biggest, one of the biggest supporters of us and the project itself. And
since day one.
It's awesome doing this with you guys.
And it's awesome seeing you guys
part of this journey. You guys have been there a few times, and you guys are right there with us.
And you guys are blowing up too, and it's amazing to see. It's amazing to hear people, unrelated to anything, just talking about the Girlfriend Hour. It's like that's freaking awesome.
Y'all are gonna make like my heart fall out of my butt right now. I am like
gonna make Morgan's gonna fart.
No, I'm just like seriously though. I really like, and I know that like I just sound like such a bleeding heart just all the time, like being such a mush. But you guys, like, just watching how you've grown from the first episode to now, like it's just amazing, like watching all the different techniques and like I said, bringing together this community. Like I think people are so sick of me because I'm always like, hey, I'm like, so there's this place, My Haunted Manor, or I'm like, hey, so Trey, Jeff, and Daryl, and they're like, girlfriend, they're like, do you like have a life outside the paranormal? And I'm like, no. I'm like, this is my happy place. I love the manor. I love you guys. You guys are just absolutely kicking butt. Rowdy, the whole team, Interstate. There's just too many people. You guys are just amazing, and I love that. It truly takes a village to make this whole thing work, and that you guys just work so well together, and it just makes such a beautiful community. So keep up the great work, and make sure everybody do not miss the season finale of My Haunted Manor, because I know from the comment section you all have as many questions as we have, but you're not going to have answers unless you check it out. So make sure to follow, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Check these fellas out. And be a part of the magic.
October 13th, season finale.
Yeah, give us the date. You got to give us the date.
October 13th. October 13th. Only on YouTube.
And then also the Halloween party one more time.
October 26th.
Tickets are $10.
Only $10 to get in. Only $10. We do have a few more VIP tickets where you can stay overnight, keep the party going, and maybe we'll do a little investigating and whatnot.
In costume.
It's going to be hilarious. But $10 gets you in 6 to 12 a.m. Come dance with us. Come party with us. Let's have fun.
Yay. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for getting weird with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. But until then, stay spooky, friends.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Love you guys.
Bye.